Hi, I am Sheikh Mahbub Basha. Welcome to my channel. Happy learning. Okay. Welcome students. Let us continue the class. Read this first paragraph. Consider a curved surface separating two different media as shown in the figure. Here in this figure, there is a curved surface. This is the curved surface. Okay. This curved surface is separating. This white portion let us call as rarer medium, and this dark portion let us call as denser medium. Okay. Right. The center of the sphere of which the curved surface is a part. If you extend this, you will find a circle. If you extend the curve, you will find a circle, and center of that circle is the center of curvature. So, the center of the sphere of which the curved surface is a part is called center of curvature. It is denoted by the letter C. Okay, right. Next, here, the center of the curved surface is called pole P. So here we have this much curved surface, and its center is this one, and here it is P, pole P. Center of the curved part is the pole, and it is denoted by letter P. Now coming to the second paragraph. Any line drawn from the center of curvature to a point on the curved surface becomes normal to the curved surface at that point. What does it mean? Any line drawn from the center of curvature from this point C, I am drawing a line onto the curvature. The line drawn from the center of curvature to a point on the curved surface becomes normal to the curved surface. This line will be perpendicular here. If you observe carefully, C is the center of the circle, and the line we have drawn is the radius of that circle. You know, radius of a circle is always perpendicular to the circumference. So here this angle is 90 degrees. So this is a line drawn from the center of the circle to the curved surface, and this line is perpendicular. Okay. The direction of the normal changes from point to point on the curved surface. So, if you draw a normal, here it is a normal, here it is a line passing through center, so it is a normal, here it is a line passing through center and it is normal. So, all these lines makes 90 degrees. So, all these lines are making 90 degrees. So, they are all normals to the curved surface. So, for this curved part we have selected, C is the center, and the line, every line drawn through C, drawn from the point C onto the curved surface becomes a normal. Okay. The line that joins the center of curvature and the pole is called principal axis. So students, here we have learned 3 points. Number 1, there is a curved surface. Yes, there is a curved surface. It is separating two media. Okay, white portion is rarer medium, that dark portion is the denser medium. Accepted. The center of the curvature means if you extend the curved surface, you will get a circle, and center of that circle is the center of that curvature. Okay, accepted. Next, any line drawn from the center C onto the curved surface becomes a normal. Yes, from center C, if you draw a line onto the curve, it is nothing but radius of the circle, so it is definitely a normal to the curved surface. Every radius of a circle is perpendicular to the curvature. Right, next point. The direction of normal changes from point to point. Yes, if you, these blue lines here, every line is having different directions, but every line is passing through center C and it is a radius and it is a normal to the curvature. So every line is a normal, every blue line here is a normal. They are all perpendicular to the curved surfaces. Next, the center of the curved surface is called the pole. So center of this curved part. So if you extend, you will get a circle. Otherwise, you have a part of circle. So that curved surface midpoint is the pole P. Here it is the pole P. Okay, this midpoint. Next, the line that joins the center of curvature and the pole is called, the line that joins the center of curvature and the pole is called principal axis. Okay, right. As in the case of plane surfaces, a ray will bend towards the normal if it travels from rarer medium to denser medium, and it bends away from the normal if it travels from a denser to rarer medium. As in the case of plane surfaces, a ray will bend towards the normal if it travels from rarer medium to denser medium, and it bends away from the normal if it travels from denser medium to rarer medium. Let us see whether these conditions that we have verified in case of plane surfaces, where the light ray bends towards normal if it moves from rarer to denser, and the light ray bends away from normal when it moves from denser to rarer medium, is the same condition valid here also or not? Let us check. Let us see how we can draw a ray diagram for certain useful cases. What happens to the ray that travels along the principal axis? Similarly, a ray that travels through center of curvature. Here, what happens to a ray that travels along the principal axis, and what happens to a ray that travels through the center of curvature? Okay, let us check. Next, according to Snell's law, the ray which travels along the normal drawn to the surface does not deviate. According to Snell's law, the ray that travels along the normal drawn to the surface does not deviate from its path. Hence, the rays mentioned above travel along normal, so they do not deviate. Okay. This is one ray passing through center of curvature. It is along the principal axis. So here it is given. What happens to a ray travels along the principal axis? So this is the ray passing along the principal axis. Because it is passing through center of curvature, because it is passing through point C, it is a normal. That means this ray is traveling along the normal. So it is the case of normal incidence. Here it is normal incidence, normal incidence. So there is no deviation at all. So this ray along this principal axis will travel in straight path without any deviation. Okay, next. Ray that travels through center of curvature. This is the ray passing through center of curvature. So principal axis is also one of the ray passing through center of curvature, but every line passing through C is not a principal axis. The line passing through both P and C will be principal axis. So principal axis is A ray coming along principal axis will not deviate. It will move along the principal axis. That is over. Now, this one, this red color. So, this ray which is also passing through center of curvature is also normal incidence. Here the angle is 90 degrees. Here the angle is 90 degrees. That means this ray is also coming perpendicularly to the surface. It is also example of normal incidence. So, it is also not deviating. Any ray that is having normal incidence will not deviate. So, here we referred two rays. One ray passing along the principal axis, it won't deviate. Second, a ray which is not a principal axis, which is not along the principal axis, but passing through center C, also a case of normal incidence. And what happens to the ray traveling parallel to the principal axis? What happens to the ray traveling parallel to the principal axis? Observe the following figures 4a, 4b, 4c and 4d. Here we have discussed about two rays. One is along the principal axis, another is passing through C. And we concluded that these two rays are the examples of normal incidence. They won't deviate. Now our interest is what happens to the ray traveling parallel to the principal axis. Parallel to principal axis, not along the principal axis. If a ray is parallel to principal axis, how it bends, how it behaves, let us see. Here is a curved surface. If you extend this, you will get a circle, and center of that circle is the center of curvature C. And for this curved part, this is the center and you call it as P, pole. And the line joining pole and center is the principal axis. Okay. Now, our interest is about this ray. This ray is parallel to the principal axis. This ray is parallel to the principal axis, and when it touches the interface, the line separating the two media, one side it is rarer medium, another side it is denser medium. So, this is the curved part that is separating the two media. At this point, the angle of incidence is I. This ray travels through single medium. If there is no change of medium, this would be the direction of this ray. This would be the direction of the ray. This is the normal. So, this is the example where a ray is trying to enter from rarer medium to denser medium. So, this is the normal. So, this is the actual ray. So, instead of moving straight, it bends towards the normal. So, it takes this direction. This blue line is the actual path. This red line is the refracted ray. So, here this ray, instead of blue, it became red, means it has bent towards the normal. This ray, when passed from rarer medium to denser medium, at the curved surface, bent towards the normal. This is a ray parallel to the principal axis. This original ray is parallel to the principal axis and it bends towards the normal. Okay. So, let us move to the next case. Here we have got another convex surface. So, don't confuse. With respect to the incident ray, if this is the incident ray, so for this incident ray, the structure you have to see, this becomes convex. Okay. With respect to the incident ray, you have to see whether it is convex or concave. Okay, right. Now, a ray traveling parallel to the principal axis passes from denser medium to rarer medium. Denser medium to rarer medium. This is denser medium. This one is rarer medium. Okay. So, actually you have to assume that this dark portion, this black, the black portion up to the end. So, from this denser medium, this is incident ray. So, look at here, look at this. This is the incident ray. From denser medium, it is trying to enter into the rarer medium. Here the interface is curved. Here the interface is curved. Here the interface is curved. From the, if you extend this, you will get a circle, and that center is the center of curvature, and you draw a line normal. So a line passing through center is the normal. Okay. Here this ray, because entering from denser to rarer, it bends away from the normal. If it go in this direction, it is said to be undeviated. If it comes towards this line, it's said to be deviated towards normal. If it moves this direction, it is said to be deviating away from normal. Here, this ray parallel to the principal axis, touching the curved surface, entering from denser to rarer, will deviate away from the normal. So, this is. So, a ray traveling to the principal axis strikes the convex surface and passes from denser medium to rarer medium. It bends away from the normal. Okay, right. Let us move to the next diagram. Here, this is a concave surface. Why it is? With respect to the incident ray, this surface is concave. For the incident ray, how it looks, that is the important here. So, for the incident ray, it is concave surface. Okay. Right. A ray traveling parallel to the principal axis strikes a concave surface and passes from denser medium to rarer medium. Here it is denser, here it is rarer, and this is the curved surface, and this is the ray incident. So it is trying to enter from denser to rarer. So at this point of incidence, draw a normal. Normal means line passing through C. Line passing through C is the normal. Okay. So, if the ray is undeviated, it should be the path. If it moves this direction, it is said to be bent towards the normal. If it moves in this direction, it is said to be bent away from normal. As it is the case of denser to rarer, it bends away from the normal. This is the incident ray and this is the refracted ray. Okay, right. Next, a ray traveling parallel to the principal axis strikes a convex surface and passes from rarer medium to denser medium. This is the incident ray, and for that incident ray, this is a concave surface. For this incident ray, this is a concave surface. Okay. At this point, draw a normal. The line passing through C will be normal. The line passing through C will be normal. Okay. Now, this ray, as it is moving from rarer to denser, it bends towards normal. So, this is original route, original path. If it moves this direction, it is said to be bending towards normal. If it moves in this direction, it is said to be moving away from normal, bending away from normal. So here, because it is from rarer to denser, it bends towards the normal and moves in this direction. Okay, so this is the incident ray and this is the refracted ray. Okay, so a ray traveling parallel to the principal axis. Yes, this is the principal axis, this is ray parallel. Strikes concave surface. This is the concave surface. Okay, and passes from rarer to denser. Then it bends towards the normal. So this ray is moving like this. So it bends towards the normal. Okay, right. What could be the reason for that difference? What difference do we notice in refracted rays in figure 4C and 4D? What could be the reasons for that difference? You might have noticed that in figure 4A and 4C, the refracted ray reaches a particular point on the principal axis. In figure 4B and 4D, the refracted ray moves away from the principal axis. When you extend the refracted ray back towards along the rays as shown in 4B and 4C, the extended ray intersects the principal axis at some point. The point where a refracted ray intersects the axis is called a focal point. The point where a refracted ray intersects with the principal axis is called a focal point. So, let me explain. In case 1, so this is the incident ray and finally it went along this direction. So this point where it touches the principal axis is called focus F. Next, here in the case 2, this is the incident ray and it moves in this direction. It appears to be coming from this point. So this point is the focus. Next, in the next one, this is the incident ray and it moves in this direction. So this is the point where it touches the principal axis. So this point is called focus. And in the last diagram, this is the incident ray and this ray moves in this direction. If you extend this ray back, here it touches. So this point is the focus. Okay. So if the ray directly touches the principal axis, that point is the focus. If it directly won't touch, then extend it back. So somewhere, if the ray won't touch the principal axis and moving away, then extend that ray in the backward direction. You will find somewhere that ray touching the principal axis and that point is the focus. That point is called focus, focal point. Okay.